How to create a flow inside of Klaviyo. It's easy process if you understand what you're doing. And if I show you the basic how to create it, you would be able to create any kind of flow in your Klaviyo account. So let's go to my Klaviyo account and I'll show you step-by-step process how you can create a flow.
Okay, you just log into your Klaviyo account and on the left side we have a flows. Click on the flows and under here you can see all flows that you have and statuses of them, if they're live, in draft mode or manual mode. Also you have a type of the flow, if it have only email or it has email and SMS or it's SMS only. Last time it was updated, how much revenue it brought you and revenue per recipient. By the way, this information sometimes get lost because people switch their conversion metric. It's a common mistake, but once you make this mistake or if you know where to change it, it's easy to navigate. So view product, for example, and you see you don't have you don't see the dollar amounts. So you change it to placed order and it looks perfect. And now you have you can set timeline from which day to which day you want to see how much revenue that specific flow brought you. Also, you can clone flow, you can archive flow, or you can delete flow. By the way, where can you find the archive flow in case you archive them? You just click under option and click view archived flows and you are able to unarchive some of them. So let's go back to the flows, list of the flows, and let's check the flow builder. Click on the create a flow and there's a bunch of different flow they have here, and you can do view all flows and search whatever you want to create. Maybe you can get inspiration, but for this video, for this tutorial, I'll build it from scratch. So let's do flow, let's create manual, do not use create with AI. I will talk about AI in a future module of this course, but for now, let's stay focused only on the flow creation. So first, you need to pick a trigger. How will this flow will be trigger activated, how people will get into the flow. So let's switch from recommendation to all triggers. Recommendation probably would be best for you, but I'll go all triggers because it's easier for me to explain. So when somebody added to list, for example, somebody signed up for your newsletter and they added to specific list, or they added into your sign up in the footer of your website, or maybe sign up for a specific discount, they will be added to the list. List is something static. Segment is something dynamic. So person, if they match certain criteria, they will be added to that specific segment. And when they are added to that specific segment, this flow will be triggered. A metric is when something they do, place an order, start a checkout, view specific product, view specific page, and so forth. Maybe left your review, collected loyalty points, and so forth, or like the product was shipped. Those metrics will be triggered this flow. Date property, this is good for birthday or anniversaries. If you have some specific date and you want to trigger the flow by that date. Price drop, I don't recommend to use it if you have a lot of SKUs in your store and you do price reduction a lot. I don't recommend to do it. But if you have not many SKUs or if you don't do price reduction a lot, you can use this because it's automatically notify people in product they checked out in the past or added to their cart that product price was reduced. By the way, I should have on YouTube a video about price drop flow if you want to check it, how to build it. And low inventory, let's say you have only 50 items left, you are able to send them notification about low inventory. So those are triggers. Let's pick the most common one, which is, let's say, added to cart, and let's do newsletter, for example, or yeah. So actually we'll be talking more about that in the next video, in the welcome video. And then, so we are good here, but then everybody who will be added to this newsletter will be triggered in this flow. However, you want to take some people out of the flow if they take particular action. For example, you want to filter out all people who placed an order, at least once since starting this flow. So now, anybody who signed up for your newsletter, and let's say they receive email number 1, number 2, number 3, and they place an order, they will not receive the rest of the email. So let's just save and confirm, and I'll explain you one more time. So we have email, then let's do time delay. Let's do 2 days. Let's do another email. Let's do another delay, like 2 days. So how this trigger and filter works, if somebody added to this flow, they will receive immediately this email number 1. Then they will wait 2 days, and the system, before sending them second email, the system will check if they place order or not. If they did place the order, they will not receive the rest of the email. If they didn't place the order, they will receive the rest of the email. Again, logic can be different, depends on your strategy, but in the next video, I'll show you how to create those, the most common, the fundamental flows each e-commerce brand should have. So we just covered how to create the flow with all trigger, filters, branches, and so forth. In the next videos, I'll show you how to create the fundamental flows which any kind of business must have in their Klaviyo account.